What's going on with it? Once again, bros, women, bronies, and beggars. This is the one, the only, of course, Mr. Nintendo Son of Freaks 2011, aka Crazy Guy 2009. Of course, you guys are into this channel. Before we begin, double check out freaknumber.com and, of course, troublenoverseas.net. If any people want fresh old channel banners, design and pictures specifically made just for you guys. I'll put links to all the social media networking accounts and description box down below in the annotation on the side if any people want to see it with me. All the good stuff. And all the good shit there. So, without further ado, let's begin. So, as you can tell, I know I'm about a day late on this thing. I actually wasn't that busy at all. I was extremely lazy to do this yesterday when it was Halloween, but yeah, I really don't celebrate the holiday very much. Not because of strict religious background reasons anymore. I could if I want to. I'm not gonna say like I feel too old for it. Just never really intrigued me to like do costumes and do cosplay dressings or anything. It's not because I'm shy or anything. It's just it just was never my style or field of study, you know? It is what it is. And also not really professional at it anyways. Half of my shit is crap, I'm not gonna lie. But anyways, I'll be the first to admit that too. I'm not gonna just give in to the trolls or any of that fucking bullshit. Does any of these trolls gotta come to my house, they're gonna get their ass shoved with a fucking 9mm. I will kick the crap out of them. I'm not gonna kill them. But anyways, just be warned, if you end up being a troll, you live out here in fucking the desert. But anyways, I have the top 10 most creepiest pokedex entries, and I've seen a shit ton of people do this already, so I was like, hey, why the fuck not join the bandwagon? I am a Pokemon-related channel, by the way. Ironically enough, I'm not going to get into it, but one of my roommates, I'm not going to say who it is, because, you know, I want their privacy, you know, secluded, but, you know, I totally understand. But, they said that like one of the Pokeballs in their dreams like turned into dust. I don't know how that happened, except for like for the Mewtwo Strikes Back movie. I think that's the only time that ever happened in the Pokemon anime series. It was kind of weird as shit. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was a bunch of baby Joltics or like Ghastlies they were dreaming about, which would have been cool as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. Back in the day, especially when I was in middle school and high school, I used to love dreaming about the whole Pokemon anime series. Now as a grown adult, it's okay. It's just not as intriguing as it used to be. It doesn't grasp me as hard as it used to. But I still love the anime series like hell. Don't get me wrong on that. I'm not quitting the series anytime soon. You can bet your ass I'm not doing that anytime soon. Just letting people know ahead of time that I really love this shit. But anyways, we're going to get into the top 10 list. I might have to do a second part on this if it's way too long. It might be 40 minutes if I just do it all together. But yeah. Number 10 on the list, and I'm actually going on Cerebi.net to look at all their Pokedex entries over there. I mean, I could go on Bulbapedia, but it takes a lot longer. So number 10 is Mischievous, or Mischievous, however you want to say it. And of course, second evolution is Mismagius, but yeah, this isn't 4th gen yet. The only generation of Pokemon I don't have on here, surprisingly, I don't have any of the Unova Pokemon for 5th generation. I have none of those, so it's kind of weird, but yeah. And then there's like 4 in this list. 4 Pokemon on this list is probably like pretty much dead giveaways. So yeah, you've been warned. So and then not to mention I think there's 2 of them that are legendaries too. But yeah, here we go. So in the gold version, not in the gold version, but let's see. Here you go. In the crystal edition, it said it loves to watch people that it scares. It frightens them by screaming loudly and appearing all of a sudden. And of course it's a ghost type Pokemon, so that's a completely dead giveaway that, you know, a lot of dark and ghost types obviously tend to be on a lot of people's like scariest Pokemon list or whatever. Me, I never really cared too much for ghost types very much, especially given the fact that there was only Ghastly Hunter and Gengar in the 1st generation of Pokemon. I mean, I can say the same thing for Dragon types, because I really like Dragon types, by the way. I didn't love the shit out of Dragonite. I actually like Dratini and Dragonair a lot more than Dragonite. I don't know. But I did like Iris's Dragonite a lot. He was a fucking badass. They would have made him a badass instead of a cute, cuddly little dragon. I would have loved him a lot more. I guarantee fucking to you, he would have been one of my top 10 greatest Pokemon list of all time, like with the Rhydon, or any of my legendaries like Kyurem, Giratina, Lugia, Palkia, etc. So yeah, there's that. I mean, not to mention there's a Parasong like attack. I mean, back in the day, this was gold to silver and crystal standards. That's what we're going with. So it was only a Mount Silver came you could get. I spent hours way back in the late 90s, early 2000s as a kid trying to find that motherfucker, and it was extremely, like, next to impossible trying to get that asshole. Oh my god. Trying to get Mischievous is like trying to find a needle in a haystack. Oh my god. There was just so many hours I had to spend grinding way back in the day, and it was on that Game Boy Color back there, by the way, just in case you didn't see it. It was there. That was the one I used to grind a lot of my Pokemon in there. I didn't have Game Shark either, unfortunately. I had to borrow it from my friend a few times. For the times I didn't use it, it was a royal pain in the ass to try to run into this Pokemon. And yeah, and the pain split the pain split attack, that just made me have even more of a headache trying to catch this asshole. Oh my god, it was so hard to get this thing. But yeah, in the anime series, it was real cute and cuddly. It was awesome. It looked pretty cool. Not gonna lie, it was nice. I like the Miss Magius, the little whole witch hat theme going on with her a lot more than I did with Mischievous. And yeah, that's pretty much number 10 on the list. So, getting into number 9 is a Powder. And actually, not a lot of these Pokemon are all scary and crazy, like, Jellicent or, let's see, Darkrai, Giratina, any of those, they're not actually on the list. Well, there are two, I think there might be 2 legendary Pokemon, or just one, on this list that I created. And actually, it took me about a week to create this thing. It took forever. So yeah, number 9 on the list, we are going with, let's see, the Powder. And yeah, so here we go. Alright, so the Diamond version says it blasts internally stored sand from ports of its body to create towering twisters for attacks. And in Pearl Edition, it says its huge mouth has almost 7 feet across. I think it says several, not 7. It has the power to completely crush a car. You would not want to be in a car with that thing. That would freaking rip you limb from limb. If this dude existed. Oh man, I would love it though. I'm not gonna lie. On my worst enemy, maybe. Not on myself. Hell no. And then the Platinum Edition says that it's surprisingly quick to anger. It holds its mouth agape as a displaying of its strength. It just says strength instead of strength. They forgot about the T and the H. And then Heart Gold Soul Silver says it's a brain dish. It brain dishes its gaping mouth into a displaying of some fearsome strength. It raises vast quantities of sand while attacking. Wow. Okay. Wow. And this thing obviously, like, in your worst nightmares, it'll probably like end up trying to like use this crunch attack or fucking if it's not crunch, it probably would use like Dark Pulse or like some real fucked up dark type move or something like that. It sounds like a very extremely horrific image. Just picture that. It's a real actual Hippowdon in real life. Of course, it's based on a hippopotamus in real life. But this guy right here, man, like, especially in the anime series, that thing was kind of a douchebag to Ash and like one of the things, and like Dawn and the rest of the gang from the Diamond and Pearl series. But I will say this, this guy, I mean, it has really good attacks and speed statuses and all that. It's not extremely super scary. Maybe if you ran into it in the dark and it swallowed you whole, then it would be extremely scary. And then you probably want to be in a panic room, especially if you're claustrophobic, because this motherfucker is not playing any games. If they would have given him some sharp fangs, some dark red demon eyes, then he would have been scary as fuck. Probably like on Bandits or Mega Banner or Mega Gengar's level. Just saying, just putting it out there. And that's it for number 9. So coming in at number 8 is an old schoolie of mine. Actually, it was about half this list is almost like kind of a nostalgic list for me. They're not my most favorite Pokemon, but they're still good Pokemon nonetheless. And that is, ladies and gentlemen, Arbok, aka one of Jesse's first Pokemon way back in the day. So I might as well just read all the list anyways. Not the list. Yeah. I should, mine as well, there we go. Might as well just read all the Pokedex entries regardless. Red and Blue version said it's rumored that the ferocious warning markings on its belly differ from different area to area. Yellow edition said the frightening patterns on its belly have been studied. 6 variations have been confirmed. Gold edition says transfixing preys with the face-like pattern on its belly. It binds its poisonous victims and frightens it to death. Silver version says, with a very vengeful nature, will not give up on a chase, no matter how far once it targets its prey. There we go. Not sponsoring Target or anything, I'm just saying. It's almost like similar to the next one on the list, but I'm going to get to him in a minute. But, I mean, obviously this had a huge nostalgic factor on my childhood back in the day. I mean, Arbok looked fucking, like, dominant. I'm telling you right now, he was hardcore as fuck. Excuse me. But at the same time, I mean, the only weakness he even had was, like, Psychic types and, what's it called? Ground types. So, pretty much, basically, this thing, I mean, he could take out hits, he could dish it out for days, but at the same time, like, I think his special defense and his physical attack were complete, utter ass, to be totally honest. I mean, Ekans, obviously, there's that whole little, like, saying with him being, like, I mean, if he wanted to swallow you whole, he'd probably, like, slice you into pieces with his fangs, and, he'd probably swallow you whole. Like how, like, the Anaconda for that 90s movie with Jennifer Lopez back in the day probably would have done to you. Except that thing was completely exaggerated. Unless it was actually exist in real life, I'm never going to be visiting anywhere like places in India, the Amazon River, or any parts of Brazil. Fuck that, because I actually want to value my life. So yeah, there's that whole little scenario I just gave a tutorial for you guys right there. If you haven't seen that movie, it had like real future famous celebrity actors. If you haven't seen it, highly recommend you watch it. It kind of had bad acting, but it was still good regardless. So yeah, there's that. I mean, plus it was like a 90s film. Obviously, it was really damn good. But it was like 97, 98. So, what else there is to say about it? I guess the pattern marks on its whole body right here. I don't know. I guess it could be a Japanese reference to stay away from evil spirits or something like that. I don't know. Ooh, spooky. I'm not really big on that stuff, but at the same time, it's still very intriguing to understand what the formula is for these type of Pokemon. Anyways, so yeah, that was number 7 on the list. It should have been number 7. Yeah, it was. Actually, no, 8. Number 7 is this one right here. I know this is like a fan-made version of Primate, but shout out to the person that made it anyways. Sir, madam, if you're watching this, thank you very much for making this beautiful drawing. Not for me, of course, but for anyone. They did a pretty decent-ass job. Anyways, coming in number 7 is Primate. So he kind of has the same Pokedex entry himself. So in the Red and Blue edition, it says, always furious and tenacious to boot. It will not abandon its chasing its quarry until it is caught. Yellow edition says it stops being angry only when nobody else is around. To view this moment is very difficult. In Gold edition, it says, if approached while sleeping and may awaken an angry given the chase, angrily given chase in a groggy state of a semi-sleep. Silver and Crystal edition says it becomes wildly furious and even sometimes looking at it chases anyone that meets its glare. It will beat up anyone that makes it mad, even if it has to chase them until the end of the world. So it almost kind of has that same reference to Arbok, where it'll just keep like catching its prey until it's caught. I don't think he eats its Pokemon though. He just beats the living hell out of any opponent that he comes across with. I feel like Primate's one of those fighting type Pokemon that's very underrated, very unappreciated. I mean, in the anime series, they had this like 3-4 rounds of episodes that they did show it back in the day. Especially when he used Ash's hat, and he wanted to be the Pokemon master, just like him. You know, that's never gonna happen. Let's face it, ladies and gentlemen. As long as Pokemon is a big giant cash cow franchise, that is not going anywhere anytime soon. Let's be honest with ourselves, it isn't, and I'm glad. I hope it stays that way too. But the day it ever comes to an end, hey, you know, I'm gonna miss it, man. I really am. But anyways, I guess it could crush you with his living hands, and I guess its feet could do some like MMA, like not Chuck Norris, Chuck Liddell type of like uppercut style, like low sweep type of move on you if you're not watching your back frequently. Yeah, so you probably don't want to turn your back on this Pokemon, or he will be pissed the hell off, and he'll probably go into a rage and go Hulk smash on his victims. So yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say on him. Number 7 and number 6. Obviously, a lot of people have this thing on this list. I had to go with this. Especially shout out to Marwing Aaron 64. I know he did like his little mini series Haunted by Hypno. It is Hypno. And one thing I gotta say about this Pokemon, this one didn't really creep the hell out of me. I felt like it was kind of like a, no offense if you're out there, I feel like a Jewish stereotype because how big its nose is. I don't know. That's just me. That's the only way I ever saw Hypno. I don't know why. That's because there's that little creepypasta lullaby. I think it's called "Come Little Children, Come This Way." You will something, something, something. You can have everything your way. Will be such a delight. I don't know. Go look it on YouTube. I have no idea where the hell that's at. There's lots of different variations of this Pokemon. It's a creepypasta. It's like utterly ridiculous, man. It really is, man. So yeah. So in the red. Okay, let me get the Pokedex entry here. Red and Blue Edition says when it locks eyes with an enemy, they will use it to make a mix of PSI or Psi moves such as hypnosis, confusion. Avoid contact with it. If you come across one, it will try to put you into sleep using its pendulum. Gold version says when it is very hungry, it puts humans to meet its sleep, then it feasts on their dreams. Silver edition and crystal version edition says always holding a pendulum that rocks at a steady rhythm, it causes drowsiness in anyone nearby. The longer it swings its pendulum, the longer the effects of this Hypno last. And has to be a big ass fan favorite of this series, especially in Generation 1. There's a lot of fan art I've come across Hypno. Some of it is family friendly. The other ones, let's just say, if you're under 18, you probably don't want to see them. I'm not going to say it's going to mentally scar you for life, but at the same time, if you're very sensitive to a lot of crazy sexual shit, do not look at them. I know back in my dumbass teen years, I kind of did, and I don't regret it or anything, but I got a lot of fucking chuckles out of it. Let's just leave it at that. And also, the thing with this Pokemon is, I wonder what the whole fur collar coat was with this Pokemon. I never really understood it, but hey, whatever. I'm even looking at its green sprite because green wasn't released here in America, in the United States at that time. North America was only released in Japan. But it kind of looks like Gollum from Lord of the Rings. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of does. And its forehead looks something from I don't know. Looks like an evil villain from the PS1 era. Oh my god. Wow, not bad, man. Definitely not bad. I'm gonna have to do a reaction to that one of these days when I look at all these Pokemon and see what it is. That's funny as hell, man. Okay, coming up with the next one, number 5. Oh, that's number 7. 6, number 5 is Drifloon. And it's kind of the same way as Hypno's terminology and his definition is. The only difference is he's a ghost type, and he's flying too. So Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, Heart, Gold, Soul, Silver, all their Pokedex entries say Pokemon formed by the spirits of people and Pokemon. It loves damp, humid seasons. It tugs on the head. This one is the one where that whole creepypasta must have started out with. I don't know. It tugs on the hands of its children to steal them away. However, it gets pulled around instead. Because of the way it floats aimlessly, an old folktale calls it a G signpost of a wandering spirit. It is whispered that any child who mistaken Drifloon for a balloon and holds it could wind up missing. Yeah. Every time I catch this Pokemon, I know it sounds really fucked up, and if you're a teenager, if you're a grown adult out there, and if you have children of your own, you might not see this as funny. I do because I don't have kids, but if I do have kids one day, it probably won't be as funny for me. I always call it child abductor, and I know it's really fucked up, but that's kind of what it is. I mean, if you want to put it in layman's terms, that's what he is, man. I'm not gonna call him like a pedophile or anything like that to that extreme because he doesn't hurt the children; he just takes them away. I don't know where to. My best guess is probably somewhere Princess Luna's at. I don't know. Oh man. I would have did one on his other evolution. What's his name? Drifblim, but he's not really that scary. So like, it didn't really even matter to me that much. It's the hot air balloon. That's what he is. And of course, in Diamond Pearl and Platinum, the only thing that really kind of pissed me the hell off with this Pokemon, you had to wait every Friday to get this Pokemon. You could never get him on no other day except for Friday. I'm not even gonna sing that old shitty ass Rebecca Black song, but oh my god, that shit gave me migraines like what 5-6 years ago when it first came out. God damn, those were not good times. Those were shit times. Plus, it was like my last 2 years of college, so it was a shit fest over there. But other than that, yeah. I wonder what the X-Men on his face most of the time. I mean, some girls will probably see this as cute and adorable Pokemon. Me, I never really had too much of a fascination with. The only way it's relevant nowadays is I know in Mega Ruby Alpha Sapphire you can catch it when you use the Latios or Latiosite. When you got evolve Latios to Mega Latios or Mega Latios. Try saying that 5 times. Um, and another thing, that especially for a lot of people that do Nuzlocke out there, this thing has the Aftermath ability. So be extremely cautious when you kill this thing. It's very bad, especially if your Pokemon has low HP. And then the other one has Unburden. It has like 5 new abilities now. It doesn't have 2 anymore. I think he has the other one, Harvest. I'm not sure. The gold shiny version's pretty fucking cool. Now I will definitely put my 2 cents in on that. The shiny sprite is beautiful as hell. What else? What else? What else? I don't know if he was based on a hot air balloon. I know Drifblim was, but not Drifloon. And yeah, so that's number 5 on the list. 4 on the list is this little bastard right here. Actually, not bastard. He's a nuisance and wonder trait. I cannot stand this thing. It is Esper. So, it has a lot of abilities. It has Keen Eye, Infiltration, Hidden Ability, and Tempo. Alright, so, Tempo, not Tempo. On the X edition, it says the organic. The organ that emits its intense psychic power is sheltered by its ears to keep the power away from leaking out. It has enough psychic energy to blast everything within 300 feet of itself, but it has no control over its power. And Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire says the organ that emits its intense power is sheltered, but keep its ears from leaking out. I just said that. Oh, it's the same thing. Whatever. So, I didn't do the other one, Meowstic, because that doesn't really look like something that's extremely intimidating or scary or something that gives you nightmares for days. No, ladies and gentlemen. That is not the case in this point. With this thing, it just stares at you with its dull ass eyes. And, I mean, if it destroys everything with 300 feet, if it emits that energy, that's enough like 10 times the power of an atomic or nuclear bomb that will go off in a main big city like, I don't know, somewhere in LA or New York, something. That would be scary as fuck if that ever happened. I mean, it kind of did happen in New York, but I'm not going to get into that detail. It's fucking airplanes. But anyways, not going to touch that subject at all. September 11th already done. But anyways, what do I even get to with this thing? It just looks at you with this dull ass eyes, and then the meme jokes. Oh my god, there's so many memes on this thing. I think it says, I'm staring into your soul. There's another one that says, he's watching, Esper's watching you, fat. Oh, man. He's not really scary at all, but in my opinion, like, those eyes, they've even put him on other Pokemon. Now, that's a sight I really don't want to look at ever again because, I mean, it's not Rule 34 shit. I don't look at that crap ever. I mean, I used to back in the day, way back when, but not anymore. Especially after I was 19, finally did the deed. But anyways, for my older viewers out there, you know what that is. What else can I say about this thing? I mean, there's probably a few figurines of Esper out there, and he's just looking at you like this. Like, he's about to, like, stare into your soul and just take it away and make it his. Like the Flying Dutchman off of SpongeBob SquarePants. I don't know. The best thing I could relate to it with. So that's number 4 on the list. 3, 2, and 1. Oldies but goodies. But yeah, Zatsune. And this thing looked paranoid as fuck in this picture. Shout out to the person that made this one, by the way. Looks absolutely phenomenal. You get a thumbs up from me, buddy, or a favorite if you're on DeviantArt or somewhere. Oh, and I rarely ever advertise my DeviantArt's Manny Wolverine if you want to check that out. Same as my Twitter handle. So yeah, Zatsune. This is actually one of my favorite Pokemon back in the day. I'm not gonna lie, this thing absolutely kicked ass, especially when Will from the Elite Four and the Gold, Silver, and Crystal Edition had this thing. He was a nuisance with that Confuse Ray. I'm not gonna lie, with Confuse Ray and Psychic, that was a deadly ass combination. In my own personal opinion, it was. Maybe you guys have a different way of thinking, but me personally, in my own respect, that was hard as fuck. It really was. So yeah, the Gold Edition says Gold, Silver, and Crystal. I'm just gonna read them all. They say that it stands still and is quiet because it is seeing both the past and the future at the same time. In South America, whoa, shit. They made references to South America. You know, shout out to the Latinos myself. That's awesome. But that's the one from the motherlands. In South America, it is said that the right eye, it is said that its right eye sees to the future and its left eye views the past. Once it begins to meditate at sunrise, the entire day will pass before it moves again. Evolutionary train, yada yada, Natsu Zatu. The only thing I could say that's weird as fuck about this Pokemon is that it never flies without its wings until Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. When actually no, in Gen 2 it's like wings were open for the first time, then it weren't in the Gold Edition. And 3rd Gen is wings were closed. 4th Gen, I think they were open for a little bit, but not that much. And then 5th and 6th Gen, I think they were just open completely after that. He always had this little symbol on his, like, I'm not sure if I was the only one that saw it, but I know I'm willing to put money down and say you guys probably seen it lots of times, especially back in the days, after 18, almost 19 years knowing this thing. He always had that little symbol on his chest. I don't know if it was a substitute symbol or something from Totoro. If any people haven't seen that movie Totoro, My Neighbor Totoro, he looks like that little, like, Shinigami spirit. I don't know why, but he kind of does. I don't know why he looks like that. Many people don't know what that is. Check that freaking Studio Ghibli movie out. That is by far one of the best films they've made for Mr. Hensel Miyazaki. It sucks he retired almost 2 years ago, but hopefully he comes back one day. Because a lot of his music, I know I'm a grown man, but I've almost went into tears listening to that beautiful, sexy Japanese music. But anyways, yeah, he looks like that little, like, bunny rabbit from the My Neighbor Totoro anime series. If any people haven't checked it out, once again, big props to Studio Ghibli. They always knew how to make so many nostalgic, not just nostalgic, but very creative, very intense, pull at your heartstring. The feels with that music was just unspeakable, but in a good way. Yeah, he kind of looks like that a little bit. I don't know why. It's just I haven't listened to a whole bunch last night. I couldn't even sleep at all because of fucking daylight savings. But whatever. Luckily, I didn't have to work today. I don't work till tomorrow, Monday. But here we go. I don't know what it was, but I wonder if it was supposed to be based on the totem pole, like how Sigilyph was supposed to be years later. That's just my own opinion, though. So number 2 and number 1. And I think that's the only thing that makes it scary is that he can never concentrate in a one realm. He has to look at the past and the future. Number 2 is Shedninja, or some people like to call it Shedninja. But yeah, here we go. In this version, I'm just gonna read all of them right here. In the Ruby edition, it says Shedninja's hard body does not move, not even twitch. In fact, the body appears to be merely a hollow shell. It is believed that this Pokemon will steal the spirits of anyone peering into the hollow body from its back. Shedninja is a particularly peculiar Pokemon. It seems to appear unsought into a Pokeball after it evolves into Nincada. The bizarre Pokemon is entirely immobile. Does not even breathe. Oh my god. A peculiar Pokemon that floats in the air. Oh no. That floats into the air even though wings will remain completely still. The inside of his body is hollow and utterly dark. A most peculiar Pokemon is on the Pokemon evolves. It's weird. So yeah, anyone peers into the hollow of its back, it gets sucked in forever. That sounds like a lot, almost a similar description of what Dusclops is. Oh my god, but other than that, the one thing I have to say about this thing is really 2 things. Is number 1, the Wonder Guard ability in this Pokemon is complete shit. It's broken. And I never really was a fan of this one very much. I only had it one time way back, I think it was when I had Emerald. I mean, I still have it now, but of course it doesn't work anymore, unfortunately. But it is what it is. Well, what more can I say on this? I don't know why, but you think you had to have an empty space. That's what it was. You had to have an empty space in your party selection. Or instead of 6 Pokemon, it had to be 5 Pokemon. And that was the only way Ninkado evolved in Shedninja instead of Ninjask. But this thing right here, the Ninkata, I don't know what it was. For some people, like to call it Ninkata. It reminds me of like a little baby version of the little Mexican Latino folklore, folktale of the culture. Because I know on my mom's side of the family, my grandma used to talk about it all the time, La Chupacabra. That's what it fucking sounds like. Except it's tinier, though. Or the things that you fight in Half-Life. That's what he looks like. That's the only similarity thing I can compare Ninkata to. Except he's not an alien, he's a Pokemon. I guess there's some Pokemon that are aliens too, so that kind of like, goes hand in hand together. So, there's that. I mean, imagine not being able to breathe on that thing. You would just suffocate and just die immediately. Fall flat on your face and never wake up again. That would be extremely scary. And now for the number 1. This guy right here is Yveltal. And the reason why he's on here is because I'll get to that in a second. Hopefully I don't have to split this video in half if I do. So in X and Y, it says in the X version, it says, when this legendary Pokemon wings and tail feathers spread wide and glow red, he absorbs the life force of living creatures. And the Y edition says, when its life comes to an end, it absorbs the life from every living thing that turns into a cocoon once more. If any people haven't seen that Diancie video, not Diancie movie, I think it was last year that came out, you're probably missing out. Because that's when it first came out, the Diancie movie or whatever it was. I don't remember what it was. I remember Xerneas was in there. That's the one that the female chick that ended up playing Xerneas' voice, which I couldn't get enough of. It was absolutely super, super cool. It's very chill, very awesome. And I was looking forward to it a lot, and it didn't let me down. But, wow. Obviously, the Japanese terminology for this, it's a little bit different. I almost dropped it on the floor there, but fuck me. I think it was called Deathwing instead of Oblivion Wing, because they had to change it immediately. Shout out to the True Green 7. He actually did a whole breakdown segment of all of the Japanese Pokemon moves that were changed into English moves due to certain different cultures and localizations. They don't want to offend anyone, so I'm not gonna lie to you, sit in your face, people, but that kind of irritated the shit out of me when they did that, because I would have loved to hear them say something. I think it was like Ancient Sword or Three's Wise Spirits or something like that, or Soul Stealer or something. Sounds like it's straight out of Yu-Gi-Oh. That's what it sounded like to me. Even though I wasn't the biggest fan of that series, but I did watch the anime series a few times back in the days. I must admit, guilty as charged. That is me. But due to the fact that I guess they wanted to appeal to more like family-friendly type of environments here in the United States instead of Japan. Yeah, that's probably why they localized. They changed it. They sugarcoated a lot of the attack names, which damn it, Game Freaking Nintendo. Why the hell did you do that? Seriously, come on, grow some balls and just do your own thing. You're a $1 trillion company. This should be no problem for you guys. Come on, seriously? You're really gonna do me like that, and the rest of your fans like that too here in North America? Come on. Seriously, you got a great grip on yourself. I mean, I could talk shit all day about Microsoft Xbox One, but that's different. That's a whole other thing. There's actually like 4 other future videos I'm gonna have to do for Pokemon, because there's a shit ton of news information that came out last week, but I just felt like it was a little lazy last week, so I apologize on my behalf. But other than that, plus it was Halloween too, so it was a crap ton of people like ringing on the doorbell, which I'm not going to answer because, crazy psycho motherfuckers out there in Halloween. Any other day I'll do, but not that day. Another reason why Yveltal's on this list, I mean, just look at that sick-ass fucking design. Man, it's alright. I still love Xerneas a lot more, but Yveltal sometimes, especially in its shiny form. Have you seen a shiny form? The only other franchise anime series I could compare that to is the Colossus Titan from Attack on Titan. That's what he looks like. To be totally, frankly, to the point, that's who he looks like. he seriously looks like him. I don't know why he looks like the Colossus Titan, but reincarnated as a legendary Pokemon. That's what he looks like. And maybe that's why he's a ruthless little bastard in the series. To be totally quite honest, quite frankly, ladies and gentlemen, that's what it comes down to. That's what it boils down to. Case point, this case is closed. This list is finished, and that's it. Oh, one other thing, it's horns on its front. It's very intimidating. It looks like something from like the Star Wars pod racers, and I'm a big ass fanboy when it comes to the Star Wars franchise series. If you haven't seen my reaction to the official trailer that was just announced last week, I completely went ballistic. I lost my fucking mind, but in a nice way. I'll put the link in the description box down below if you haven't seen that one already, and links to all these pokedex entries as well. And that's it. The links in the description box down below. Like I said, the annotation on the side. And shout out to all the other people that have done what's it called? I've done a lot of top 10 pokedex entries list on this Halloween, even though I'm doing it very late because it's already a day late already. It's probably not going to be uploaded till Monday tomorrow because it's going to be a very long video. And that's it. Peace out once again, bros. I'm bronies, pegasisters. We'll see when I see you guys. Good day, good night, wherever you are around the world. Don't just smoke at the same time. Don't take the reckless. Keep it calm, keep it cool, keep it chill, keep it electric out there. And until the next time, guys, peace out, ladies and bye. Stay tuned, more videos coming soon. Brand new videos on the channel every single day. You guys stay in the grind, stay healthy. Be easy, be you, do it yourself. Peace out, my like sauerkraut. I'm gone. I'm getting the hell out of here. Stay tuned for more future content. This channel is always stay tuned for more content. See you guys next time. And happy early Thanksgiving now, because it is November. And I can't wait to chow down on the finest of fucking buffets. I rarely ever do that, but just for Thanksgiving, I'll do it. Maybe for you guys. I don't know. See you soon. Stay safe, and I'm out of here. Stay tuned for more videos, and take it easy, everyone.